I'm actually here to talk about what's important to you as industrial designers or concept people looking to interact with a touch panel company, and what you might think of before you engage us. What can we do to get a leg up on our competition? That's what customers come to us. That's what customers are seeking. Usually they have a concept in mind. They come to us with these concepts, and it's sometimes the form doesn't really meet the function. Sometimes it can't be met in reality. We have a lot of different applications that touch is in today. You have home automation, there's food services, medical, you have point of sale, aviation and industrial control. Big market that is starting to emerge is process control systems and the use of touch in that. Navigation, who has a GPS on their dash. Then infotainment, you have all forms of gaming, in-seat entertainment, handheld devices that are all interacting with computers, that are all allowing the human to input, control, or manipulate a set of environmental game or situations. Touch has been discussed here already. It's not just a component. I mean, it is a subsystem. You have to look at it as a subsystem. You have to approach it as a subsystem. Components are commoditized items. Capacitors, resistors, well known. Usually you can get a one-page data sheet that describes what it does. Touch panels, projective capacitive touch panels, require 3D modeling. You require simulation. There's compute power required, usually to support gesturing or some other form of input recognition. You have to do the processing, noise rejection. All of that stuff has to be considered. So as an industrial designer, when you come to a projective capacitive touch manufacturer, there's going to be a lot of concerns for various environmental impacts, what your requirements are, etc. Projective capacitive touch, it functions with electrical fields. They're fragile. They're simple, fragile, projected fields. They're impacted by environmental situations, water, other fields coming off your power supply, noise in the system. It's again very critical. Construction, when you're a designer, you have to take into consideration, you have various thicknesses, you have various dimensions, various looks and feels that you're trying to achieve. So we build touch panels with various adhesives. There's liquids, there's gels, there's all kinds of things that a touch panel designer has to take into consideration when we're interacting with the customer. As a designer, we must understand what the end application is. So is it outdoor? Extreme temperatures? Is there salt water required? Gloves, use with sunglasses. What kind of safety or other regulations do we have to design the panel for? Because that all impacts the materials that are used. Plastic covers, super glass, all has to be taken into consideration. PMMA, standard soda lime glass, etc. Target markets, man, that really drives cost. It really drives the complexity of the touch panel. Whether it's aviation or automotive, you have security, home installations which have certain UL requirements. You have safety requirements for automobile or aircraft. All of those have to be taken into account as we go through the design process and the tete-a-tete on compromises through 3D modeling, through simulation, etc. with the customer. Every requirement determines a design consideration. Outdoor applications, again, typically require more costly Adhesives don't break down in sunlight, don't introduce birefringence, don't, etc., etc. Those requirements, if not known early, usually impact the design and the ultimate cost. Medical applications, you have unique safety requirements. You have to deal with stringent cleaning requirements. So that becomes a glass. You work with different glass manufacturers and that to achieve that. Aviation, man, different safety, everything from flammability, smoke to glare, etc. All of these applications drive different design decisions that impact cost, impact the industrial look, feel, actually the weight, material availability. Some of the stuff is commonly available, short lead times. Some of the more exotic materials end up having longer lead times, and that does impact design considerations, because usually the touch panel is something somebody has commoditized and they want to come and go to the market in 2 or 3 weeks. Sorry, some of the stuff takes a little longer than that. So it's very, very important that you involve the touch concept, touch design house early on in the process, so we don't end up having to rip up design or ideas that have already been laid forth. Thank you very much.